Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mancien. I wanted to come and say hello. Wish you a good day. Welcome to my if you are new to the channel. I wanted also to thank all my old subscriber, my new subscriber. It is good to see that there is more and more interest in those inner process and in this golden age movement. For it will eventually snowball into something that is planetary and universal. Everybody will want to catch up and become part of that great movement of joy and happiness and freedom eventually. It's just a matter of conditioning. We've been conditioned to believe something else, and so let us see. I'm going to pull 5 cards from the angels. So well, things are not as they appear to be. For in the past, we have the 3 of Ariel. Do what you love, professional or artistic evolution. Work in team or cooperate. So it is it's got this great box full of treasure here. And right now it is the wheel. It is really the change, the transformation. It is the Archangel Jeremiah. A new beginning. You are arriving at an ending. Change of direction to access happiness. So it is the wheel. And in the future, there is this great abundance that is coming to us. It's the Lady of Gabriel, passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. You can right now undertake anything. Go towards what you aspire. You are attracting the people capable to help you on your way. So it is very important to understand, to have faith and trust, to ask the angels that the right people will be here to complement us in whatever we are doing. What we are working on right now is the 5 of Michael, which is not as easy. It says the present situation does not bring you much good. Do not take things too much at heart. Step back and look at things from a distance. So it is about being able to elevate ourselves above the drama, above the emotional. For we cannot be in surrender until we become in peace and surrender. We are unable to communicate or commune or travel in the higher realm. So first we have to allow all the distraction, all the dramas, all the conflict, all the things that are affecting us in the heart. So just allow a pink light to invade your heart, to be full of that pink light. And the outcome, because the outcome will be quite nice. It is the 6 of Raphael. Let the inner child that is within you emerge. New friends or old relations that are coming back. Children or childhood. So it is a card of joy and of finding new connection that will bring us great joy. And so it is important to avail ourselves to that. The painting behind me is an astronomical paintings, and astronomy is most of astronomy is connected to to those beings, those great beings that used to live on the earth 40,000 years ago, that are known as the Greek gods of mythology. Those are real beings. They have ascended, and now they work through astrology. And so each of the planets holds a frequency of that divinity that is able to communicate, to assist and support, for it is all part of the one. The planets follow the law of one. It is only humanity that is unaware of this law of one, the law of God, the law of love and unity. Yet it seems easy to say love and unity, and this is really where the only thing we don't need to be advanced in any intellectual. We just need to accept the love and to move into this unity consciousness. But it takes practice, of course. For there is all kinds of contrasting force in this world that are opposing that, and so it's just about understanding how to include those suppositions and without being affected by other side. For there is a question of choice and predestination. For whatever is predestined is our choice. What choice we make is what was predestined to be, in many sense. Sometimes we may just make a choice that wasn't predestined to be, but it is part of the process, and we're just allowing ourselves to come to the right decision. And once the decision is made, we'll stick to that because it's been predestined. Even on a quantum physics level, there was Niels Bohr that believed that particles were just a complete random, and they became only when observed. When Einstein said, well, that is a fact. We cannot deny that because it's been proven that they were able to, through an experience, to determine that. It's a relative science, but in many sense, Einstein believed that there was a predestination, that the particle were already pre-programmed to certain attitudes, and so it is important to understand that as a world of mirror. It is just a mirror. This whole universe of matter is just a mirror to whatever we know we can conceive within ourselves. So trust your heart. It is good to listen to the voice of the heart, but what needs to be activated is the brain. It's create new neural link in your brain, and to open to a new psychic power, new sensibility, new vision, new understanding. And for that, sometimes at the beginning, mostly at the beginning, there is there may be some headaches and things, because there is some old connection that needs to be broken and new connection that needs to be made. So do not be too much concerned if that is happening. It is actually a good sign. Drink a lot of water, exercise, do meditation every day. If possible, 20 minutes of meditation every day is really, really helpful, for it sets things in motion. Right now, there's the Moon and Mars that are conjuncting in the first degrees of Pisces, for it is exactly where my ascendant is, so it is a powerful time for me, which makes a square to Jupiter in Sagittarius. On Friday, there's going to be Venus is going to move forward, and Mercury is going to retrograde. So they're going to, I don't know where they will meet. I haven't really looked that far, but it's kind of an interesting position where, we want to move above when Mercury is retrograde, the lower mind is being impaired. But if we stick to the higher mind is not affected by Mercury, and Mercury just gives you the interpretation of what the sun communicates. Hermes is the messenger of God, the messenger of the sun. And so, because right now there should be a very comfortable position with Neptune in Pisces. Neptune in Pisces is at home. It is divine love. Neptune is divine love, and Venus is in Libra, in our sign, in our home sign, and Venus is Earth's love. So, in a sense, what we want is more discipline, more self-mastery. We want to move step by step toward a full control over all our energies. Understanding also that the shadows is really what's helping us. We are helped by the fear, and the shadows are showing us our unconscious creation. So by doing that, by having enough distance to look at it, we can find a way to freedom from that. We integrate it, we send love into our fear and shadows, and they disappear. Love, light, and wisdom are really... when you invoke, you call on the love, you call on the light, you call on the wisdom. You can call on that in any time you're awakening those parts within yourself that's all connected to this divinity. We all have that divinity, but we need to cultivate the attributes of the divine and let go of the animalistic function within the human body, because a lot of people are dominated by the animalistic function, and those will not be able, the ego will not be able to survive the shift. And so, I also want to say the I am presence is a pure spirit, it's a divine being. Is home on paradise. On Divinington is the first planet that God created, part of the 21 satellite of paradise, and the eternal isle. There is 21 sacred, beautiful planets, and the first one is Divinington. Is the only place that is not allowed to personality and the sphere of the sun, and also the 7 shiny orbs of the sun are not only for super personal, but the Divinington is only for pre-personal beings. Those I am presence, when you're ready for ascension, your I am presence is a very experimented spirit. For I am presence is we do not follow the soul from life to life. They know all the memory, but they're not even allowed to have to follow the path of any mortal on the same planet twice. So they have to move on to this huge universe, and so when they first come in, they call Virgin Adjuster, and they only indwell the younger soul, so they know that they gain experience, and eventually there is for Adjuster have many sort of destiny. They can be liberated, they can personify like in the Christ, or they can fuse. For the ultimate goal of any mortal soul is to fuse his eternal soul with the eternal spirit of God, eventually by bringing this higher self down. But know that this presence is all loving, and it's part of who we are. We just want to call on it, for it is not an invasive presence. It will never it has all the power in the universe, but it will not overstep our own will. We have to choose to allow that to happen and to create this communication, this communion eventually. I'm going to pull 4 cards for the Akash. I hope this message was interesting for you, meaningful. The highest wisdom for us today is spirituality and religion. We have to stick to what has meaning. What we need to understand is love that is not reciprocated. For those who always leaves wounds, but it is part of the process. We wanna accept, allow, let go if possible. Those are catalysts for growth. What we need to do is the art. I'm going to pull another card to see what comes after. And the general message for us is Greco-Roman. It's about accessing all those powers, the planets will give us our powers as we call on to those major planets that we may know. We use it as an assistant, as assistants. They are great divine beings of light that can assist us in returning to our own power. For understanding in love that isn't fulfilled is like there is the lessons and the good deeds. We deserve relations, we deserve love, we deserve, but in many sense, do not try to fill up if we need to fill a hole that we have because we were created like that. When there was this separation between men and women, we are seeking this complement. So if you are a man, in a sense, you want to be 51% masculine, 49% feminine. If you're a woman, you want to be 51% feminine, 49% masculine. But eventually we'll be attracting those soul connections for everything on the past. It's just preparing us. It's helping us grow towards that. I also wanted to say, there's a little technology. For technology, we use technology. Technology is very practical. It's wonderful. It makes life good. It makes a good life. But many of the electronic technology are really enemy of the physical body. It kind of makes us age faster. It is a constant bombardment of all kinds of web. But the body is strong. We can. Yet we will come to discover technology that enhance our quality of life. Very soon we'll get into the galactic technology. When we'll use it, it will make us young. It will make us happy. It will make us vital. Rather than the opposite, because a lot of people are being completely conditioned into their little machine, and so. But we'll shift into something higher really soon. For technologies, there was all kinds of technology. Some paradise, when before the universe was created, the deity came to us and explained that there was samsara, but we had no clue what that could be, and so we utilize the technology to ascertain the potential for us to participate in that. And it was a very short experience. It will take a few seconds. For time does not exist on paradise, and then we chose to participate. We decided, well, we want to be a part of that, and so technology exists everywhere. So that as we ascend into the light, we'll discover higher technology, light technology, and today I want to speak of angelic technology. It's an exercise for we can use the Excalibur, the sword that can cut within ourselves or within others with kindness and all those things that are not aligned with the highest good, the highest love. Or we can use that sword. We can use the shield. But what I want is to envision that you're wearing this helmet. It's got these little wings, and it's a gold helmet. And when you wear it, it opens your third eye, and you can see that you are surrounded by a battalion of angels, which is 3,456 angels that are with you. So no matter what you have to undertake, if you imagine or you see, you visualize it, the more you do it, the more it becomes real. It's like when you put this helmet on and you have all the thousands of angel seraphims with you. It's like it's very hard for any force to resist to that. Of course, as soon as we move into ego desires, everything vanishes. But if we move into this higher flow where our highest good is also considering of the highest good of others, we can use those higher angelic technologies. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to finish with a little song. It's an old song. It's called Amazing Grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious thee that grace appeared, the hour I first believed. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've We've no less days to sing God's praise than when we'd first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. I thank you very much. Let us enjoy this newfound freedom, this new vision, cultivate that new vision. Of course, get rid of all the toothpaste where there is fluoride, for it calcifies the pineal gland. This is really where it's all going to be happening, is the activation of that pineal gland. All soft metal has to be, we do not want that in our physical body. It is good to be very discriminating in terms of what comes into our physical body, also with the words that are coming out. Always try to be kind with words. Words are very, very powerful, so be wise. And I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. Namaste. God bless.